After we walk into the next room, it lights up, and it looks like a giant battle arena. The door slams shut behind us, and 4 gloom drop from the ceiling, but instead of being dark purple, they are blue. I tap the gem and point my sword at them, but the ice beam only seems to empower them. As they are running at us, I tap the gem again, and with one mighty swing, they turn to dust. I say, I see what's going on here. I tap the gem twice and get ready for the gloom to fall. When they do, their color is red. I shoot an icy beam at one and charge at the remaining 3. Right before I get to them, everything seems to move extremely slowly, except for me and the wizard, who says,
"Defeat them quickly."
I nod at him, then run the rest of the way to the first gloom and swing to the right, which creates a cloud of icy mist, run to the second, and swing left, which creates a small icy dome around me. Then I run to the last gloom and thrust my sword forwards, creating an icy explosion with enough force to send me flying into the wall, and I fall to the ground. Luckily, the dome protects me during all of that, and I don't have a scratch on me. I get up and see the 3 gloom fall to the ground, and I say, that was a pretty cool combo. I think I'll call it Icy Oblivion. And it was just as I suspected. If they are dark purple, I can use anything to defeat them. If they are blue, I have to use fire to defeat them. But if they are red, I must use ice to defeat them. Then the wizard says,
I like that name. A nice job, you think, on your feet quite well.
Before I can say anything, the wizard yells,
"Look out!"
Then everything goes black. I wake up a few seconds later on the ground and I hear the voice say,
Attempt depleted.
Then the wizard says,
Get up, we have to fight this thing.
I spring to my feet and see a huge ogre holding a club. I tap my gem and grapple to his chest before performing an icy oblivion attack, but it only seems to stagger him. I then shoot an icy beam at him. It freezes him solid, and I tap my gem before shooting a blazing hot beam at him to deliver the final blow. I then see another gloom fall from the ceiling, but this one is different. It changes colors faster than I can even comprehend, and the wizard says,
Oh no.
And casts a spell that makes us completely invisible. And now we have some time to strategize on how to defeat this thing. I say, if this spell can make us invisible, can we just defeat this thing while we are invisible? Then the wizard responds,
No, this spell goes away in 5 minutes and I can't cast it for 1 hour after that. If we attack, we will become visible again.
I then say, maybe if you slow down time again and I freeze it at the right time, it will stay at one color. The wizard responds,
That's a good idea, but there's a problem. I can only use the slow down time spell once every hour.
I say, I guess I'll just try to freeze it and hope I get lucky. The wizard nods and I shoot an ice beam at the gloom, but it only empowers it and makes it faster. It starts to run at me as I shoot ice beams at it, but none of them work. Then the wizard yells,
Over here, the spell still has some time left. And if you come near me, you will be invisible once more.
I sprint to the wizard, almost tripping on the way there. I make it, but just barely, and the wizard says, I sprint to the wizard, almost tripping on the way there. I make it, but just barely, and the wizard says,
There is one spell I forgot about. It is a spell that allows me to fully stop time for everything but me and whomever I chose. But there are a few issues. It only lasts 10 seconds. I can only cast 2 in a year, and I used one already, back when I was getting chased by the gloom in the city. That's how it was so far behind me.
I then say, well, let's give it a shot. I charge and the wizard casts the spell. The gloom's color is red. I'm counting how long I have before the spell stops. I reach the gloom at a mere 5 seconds and perform Icy Oblivion. I fly into the wall, fall to the ground, then get up, only to see the gloom walk at me slowly, then collapse. The door on the other side of the room opens, revealing a platform and some writing that says, Step on the platform to claim the relic. Then the wizard says,
Let us go claim that relic.
I nod at him and we walk to the platform. The platform rises, and about 5 seconds later we reach the room with the relic, and my sword glows lighter than it ever has. We walk towards it, and I pull the sword out of the ground, and both the swords glow bright blue, and everything goes black.